What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today I've only picked a few comments out because we've got some deeper things to talk about here today and we're going to do that through bronze packs. I need to open bronze packs. I haven't opened bronze packs in ages on this account, so I thought, hey, let me share some time with you. That way there's no constrictions by the amount of gameplay I've got or the amount of packs, SBC packs I've opened or anything like that. I can just talk as much as I need to until I'm finished saying what I have to say. First and foremost, thank you guys very much for being here. I do appreciate it a lot. I appreciate all the support you guys continue to give to the channel. I appreciate immensely the fact that you continue to show up. And today we're going to talk about plenty of positive things, but plenty of negative things. And I do understand and I try, I take on board a lot of comments and a lot of constructive criticism that a lot of people give. How at times this channel, and you're not wrong, but at times this channel becomes just super like edgy, super negative, always about what's wrong with FIFA and not, necessarily discussing things that are going well and right with FIFA. And for hilariously, it's always around this time of year. It's always around like February through to team of the season. And that's usually because there's a lack of content. And with that lack of content, it exposes the biggest flaws in the game. And the reason why I think that always happens here and now is because for the first few months of FIFA, and this goes back to actually something that I've talked about a couple months ago, and it goes back to the fact that the first few months of FIFA and the last few months of FIFA are typically the best months of FIFA for me, because the first, and this is me, this is my personal experiences, you guys can absolutely feel free to disagree, but there's always a good reason to play the game because you're playing to upgrade your squad. So for however long it takes you to get to like that 99% of a squad, for some people that use FIFA points, it might only take a week or two or a month. For people that don't use FIFA points and play a lot like I do, it might take 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. For some people that play casually and don't use FIFA points, it might take you, you might be the kind of guy that's sitting there thinking, I never get bored of that grind and chasing the rewards and chasing the best that I can get, because you're constantly trying to push on. So for my personal experience, once I get to the 99% team, because I'll never get to the 100% team, especially not on a road to glory, obviously the 100% team is literally the best player in every position, the best team possible, the best bench, just every card, ultimately. And especially on a road to glory, I'm not going to achieve that. So for me, it's pushing up towards the next best thing that's reasonably possible. And the reason why that always happens to culminate around Team of the Year is because it's a lot of rewards during that time. It's a lot of grinding. I love playing champs because I wanted those rewards. I wanted those 70,000 coins for finishing in Elite. I wanted those 50,000 coins for finishing Gold 1. I wanted the 100,000 coins for finishing, Elite 2. I wanted all the coins. I wanted all the rewards. And the reason why I wanted them is because I wanted to get the next best card and the next best card and the next best card. But eventually, you hit a plateau and there's no more the next best cards. And when there's no more the next best cards, or when the next best cards aren't a weekend league away or a Foot Rivals set away, when they're like, 4 or 5 weekend leagues away, what happens is it becomes about playing the game. And when you play the game consistently at a high-end competitive level, and I'm not saying I'm pro, but I play in right now Division 3, which is still, apparently I saw some data today that Division 3 is 1% of the player base. So if you're in Division 3 right now, you are top 1% of FUT players, which is, again, that puts you in the higher echelons of the players. And I play to a Gold 3 right now standard, Gold 2 standard, but with games remaining. So I play to Gold 1 minimum, Elite 3 for champs. So when it comes down to just playing the game, and especially when you're playing it a whole bunch at the highest levels, you realize just how I don't know how to say it. I don't know what the exact word is, but you realize just how not boring the game is. I guess just how repetitive the game is for no general gain. And what I want to say about that is this, right? Last night I was playing Fortnite with Nick. I started my stream at about 10 p.m. I finished my stream at, maybe at 9:30 p.m. I finished my stream at like 2:15 a.m. Maybe even later. It was about 3 a.m. Yeah, so for about 5 hours I played Fortnite with Nick. And I loved it. Yeah, I got a little bit angry here and there through certain parts of the game when you just get outplayed or when you get frustrated. But generally speaking, playing the game was phenomenal for 5 hours, 6 hours, and we just played and we played and we played. And the reason why we stopped playing wasn't because the game got boring or it was too hard or anything of that nature. It was because I was just shattered. I was just so tired because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. So FIFA doesn't have that. FIFA doesn't have that mannerism where you could just play and play and play until you get just drop. Your eyes are dropping and you're so tired that you just got to go to bed. The reason why FIFA doesn't have that again is because there's just no replayability factor. There's no enjoyable replayability factor, and so for me, it's missing again. It's missing the daily knockout tournament. It's missing a tournament mode. It's missing a cup mode. I used to love the DKT. Yeah, it was a bit easier, but I used to love it anyway because you could experience new teams, you could get rewards out of there, and it was just somebody tweeted me, and it's almost like a break away from FIFA while still playing FIFA. He said in the tweet, and I will try and find it, I think, he said he loves and hates FIFA. He loves playing FIFA, but he hates playing at his best level all the time without having the opportunity to just take a break away from playing competitive. And the way FIFA is it doesn't even matter if you're in Division 5. You are playing essentially competitive FIFA because what you are playing in Division 5 is you are playing against people who are at your skill level. So when you go to watch the competitive events, you are watching people play against each other at their own skill level. And it's tough because it's their toughest games. It's their toughest opponents. So when you're playing on Rivals, regardless of what division you're in, you are playing your toughest games. So you are constantly playing the hardest games of FIFA that you're going to be playing. And there's just no respite. There's, and then you go into champs and yeah, you might get an easy matchup here or there against somebody a little lower than your skill level. But generally speaking, once again, you're going to be playing at an absolute insane level of FIFA, and there's just no break. There's just nothing away from it. And that, again, it exposes problems in the game due to the fact that the gameplay itself at any level is just not overly enjoyable to play for a long period of time. I enjoy playing FIFA for a couple games here or there, which is why I struggle to just do anything in this game right now. I enjoy FIFA for a couple games here or there. But I don't enjoy playing FIFA for 5 or 6 or 7 hours straight because it is just incredibly frustrating to play, and there's no reward factor, there's no skill set. Again on Fortnite, and I know FIFA and Fortnite are not the same games, but on Fortnite when I die, my mentality shifts to, damn it, let me get back into another game so I can correct that mistake. I can, improve on my building mechanic or improve my shooting mechanics. Maybe I can farm more. Maybe I could, just try and sound horn more. Maybe I can land in a different spot and try something completely new. Whereas in FIFA, if you lose a game or if if something goes wrong, A, it's unrecoverable because of the way the reward structure is. And B, you don't know why you lost. And I know we've talked about this a lot before. And you can scrutinize as to why you've lost. If you have the capabilities of watching your own gameplay back, you can go and figure out some little things here or there. But you don't know if when you took that shot that it missed because of you, because of your player, because of your connection, because of your opponent, because the opponent moved his goalkeeper or didn't move his goalkeeper. You don't know why certain things happen in FIFA, and that sucks. So with that in mind, yeah, I just feel like there's just a lack of replayability in FUT, and that sucks. And as I said, for me, the first few months and the last few months are always the best because there's always things to play for at a level where I'm not chasing the carrot for a month to get something. So at the start, the upgrades are thick and fast and thick and fast. And to be fair, EA have done a great job this year. Credit where it's due. They've done a great job this year of the promos. The Team of the Year promo started out a little slow the first couple of days. It was amazing in the end. The Future Stars promo, I definitely would have done a few things different myself, personally, but all in all, it was a sensational promo. I thought it was fantastic. And during those 2 weeks, I thoroughly enjoyed playing FIFA because I was on the game a lot. There was a lot to do. There was a lot to grind for because there were rewards in sight. There were things that you would have got, that you would have achieved for playing the game. on a week like this week, where there's a shoddy team of the week that's just been released, yeah, there's 13 walkouts or 12 walkouts or whatever, but it's just not a great team of the week. Once again, it's one of those situations where none of these players will fit into my team. And with that in mind, it's like, why am I playing now? Well, I'm not playing for anything now. I'm playing now because I enjoy playing the game, or I love FIFA, or I love football. And this game doesn't hold that strong enough. It doesn't hold people's attention to just want to play the game. The only people that are playing out of their skin right now, that are playing multiple games all day, every day, are either people that don't have a great team and that are still on that building up their team phase, which might be people that got the game at Christmas. Maybe they just got the game recently for a birthday. Maybe, as I said before, they play casually. They don't play all that much, so there's always people to grind for them. Or content creators that rely heavily on rewards, or just love the grind aspect of it, and people just love the grind in general, and pro players that just need to get better. Other than that, I don't even think there's many people, like, from what I see from my comments and from my Twitter account and stuff, a lot of people just don't play this game a lot. They play the menus a lot, which is why I think the menu streamers and menu videos are so successful, because that's where people are spending more of their time. You notice in FIFA, on YouTube, on Twitch, just as a general trend, gameplay gets way less views than anywhere else. That's absurd. Could you imagine that in another game? Again, let's relate to Fortnite. Could you imagine if Fortnite streamers were more successful when they were switching around what backpack they had on, or what skin they had on? And don't get me wrong, I know the skins get a lot of love, and I know there's a lot of aura around the skins. But could you imagine if, say, Tim the Tatman had 30,000 viewers when he was cycling through his skins and looking at his backpacks and his pickaxes and such, and then dropped down to like 10,000 viewers when he started actually playing the game? Because that's kind of what happens in FIFA. When people are opening packs, even bronze packs, when people are opening packs, even bronze packs, views are great, they're stable, there's a good vibe. When people go into games, you will see numbers drop on Twitch. If you watch people's videos, if I title a video saying I'm playing 10 games of FUT Rivals here, versus a video where I say I'm opening 10 Team of the Week packs, I guarantee you the 10 Team of the Week packs video will get more views. And that again speaks fundamentally to how bad the replayability factor of the gameplay is. So the question is, how do EA fix that? I don't think that there's an underlying fix for it, because how good or bad the game is played, or gets played, or is very, very subjective. And so for me, there's certain things that I hate that other people love. There's certain things that you guys love that I hate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very, very... It's very hard to please everybody when there's so many different opinions about how it should be, how it should work. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to talk about here today was AI defending. However, what I think alleviates a lot of the frustrations is a cup mode, because it's a short burst of, I get to play to try and get this reward. It's a maximum of 4 games. If I win all the 4 games, I get what I want. And if I don't, I could just go again. In Champs, it's like I need to win up to 30 games to get what I want. And if I don't, I have to wait a whole week to go again. And that's frustrating to a lot of people. In Rivals, it could be a case of I need 5,000 points today to get what I want. Oh, I lost that game 1-0 after 20 minutes of my time. I only got 150 points. I didn't even get... You might have even lost ground by losing to 0 goals. And again, it just doesn't... It's just not what people want. It's not enough progress quick enough. People want progress. And that's why the Team of the Week that we've got now is so bad. And why the other promos have been so good is because the other promos give you immediate gratification and immediate progress. Even if it's spending FIFA points or spending time playing the game. And I'm not here to talk about what I would like to see for rewards or game modes or anything like that, because that is all fantasy. We've got the game that we've got and we don't have anything else. And so for me on this game, going forward, so I'm breathing heavy through my chest because last night before I went to bed, I was like, yes, I'm over this finally. I felt fine. I felt genuinely fine and fantastic. I woke up halfway through the night having to go and blow my nose and stuff because my nose is blocked up again. So I can't breathe through my nose right now. So whilst talking, as much as I talk, I burn a lot of, lot of air, really. I talk myself to the point where I need to take a deep breath because I can't breathe through my nose. Yeah, in terms of the promos, as I say, I'm not here to talk about what I want to see or what would be awesome or fantasy things of like, holy crap, that would be awesome, and holy crap, this would be awesome, and oh, could you imagine if they did this? I don't want to go through that because that's pipe dreams, right? EA aren't going to do things that we want them to do. They're going to do things that they want to do. And why wouldn't they? They're a business. They need to make money. I get that. However, what we can talk about is the things that they can do in this game. And what they can do in this game is stop giving us deadbeat Team of the Weeks. And the reason why I feel like they need to do that is because they have set a precedent now with Team of the Year specifically as always the best promo, with the flashback cards, the flashback SBCs, and now with the future stars, they have set a precedent that says we're going big with players this year. So when they give us a Team of the Week that contains an 84 goalkeeper Benitez, an 84 centre-back Hilton with 44 pace, an 86 centre-back Jimenez with 70 pace, these guys just don't stack up to anyone's team, really. Again, the only kind of players, the only teams that these guys stack up to are the guys that are still grinding to get better players, in which case a card like that might actually be beneficial to your team, although Hilton probably never would be, or guys that are just card collectors and want everything, or people that are just fan favourites of the specific team, club, nation, or player. So nobody really cares about Nelson Semedo. The reason why nobody cares about him is because most people would have done Flashback Juan Fran. If you didn't do Flashback Juan Fran, you probably did Flashback Dani Alves. If you didn't do Flashback Dani Alves, you probably have an iteration of Lala. If you don't have an iteration of Lala, you probably have Arias Futmas card, because that was extremely cheap. If you don't have Arias Futmas card, there are already like 30 other incredible fullbacks out there that you're looking at Nelson Semedo and you're thinking to yourself, okay, he's got 93 pace, but he has 76 defending and 75 physical. I don't want that. I don't want that in my team. That's not going to replace my team. So the better players there, João Cancelo, I would have said, yeah, he'll get into a lot of people's teams, except he won't because it's a right mid, not a right back. So that's a problem. Is this guy worth a bit? That's a problem. You know, having the same thing as with Antonio Valencia's right midfield card. You just don't see it used. It would be a great right back if it was a right back. You don't see it used because people don't want to start in a 3-back formation and switch around like that. Di Maria, just 2-star weak foot, 87 rated. Yeah, nice. It's an okay card. It's got decent pace and dribbling, okay passing, average shooting, or all right physical. But once again, there are already 10, 12, 15 cards out there that almost everybody has one of or two of that is better than that Di Maria card. So this Team of the Week is just so underwhelming because what's the point of playing for it? Like, there's one interesting card in that Team of the Week, and I think he's already been memed as well, and that is Poulsen. And the reason why Poulsen's interesting is because he's 6'4", he's got great jumping and heading, and he might be able to score goals from crosses. He might be like the poor man's Ibrahimovic. You know what I mean? So I think he's I think he's going to be extinct for a while. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that card. Hopefully, I get him in my red player picks as well. But ultimately, they set this precedent with foot stars specifically that if promos going forwards don't match up, I think people are going to really turn off of this game until Team of the Season, and that's worrying because again, the gameplay isn't just good enough to keep people interested and engaged and wanting to play. So the first comment that I have is from Luke Alloway. He was top comment yesterday as well. Glad to see you're coming through, Luke. Your issues that you talked about in the comment section, man. He says, "Hey, Nep, what are you expecting from the Lunar New Year promo? Should be on Tuesday. I actually think we're going to get a promo this Friday, and this again is interesting for what we get. If it's a one-to-watch promo, the one-to-watch teams or the team of one-to-watch players that we're likely to get with just a day left of the transfer window is due to be absolutely shocking. The best transfers that we've had so far: Viviano, Naldo, Akpog Murillo to Barcelona. Is Fulham expensive? Pepe, Kevin Prince Boateng, who's gone to Barcelona as well, Denis Suarez to Arsenal, Cesc Fabregas, Luis Muriel, Morata, Balotelli. Like, these are 80 to 83, well, 75 to 83 rated cards, with Pepe and Naldo the only ones outside of that, and they are the best transfers. So if EA release these guys as one-to-watch cards, who cares? These are terrible, and because of the way the one-to-watch promo works, the likelihood is, honestly, with especially due to the fact that there's only 13 league games left, give or take, for any specific league, anywhere from 10 to 15 games left, these players are going to ultimately get 1 to 3 upgrades maximum, most of them probably getting none. In fact, the current set of one-to-watches that we have, there are 25 players, and 9 of them have been upgraded. 9! That's it. So when we get another team of the week or another one-to-watch promo team, how are EA going to make people be like, oh, this is something that I want to get involved in? They can't. So somebody said, I think it might have been Unique Riggers actually, basically, if EA want to do a ones-to-watch promo that's going to get a lot of attention and a lot of people interested, they're going to have to release the cards with already having third in form boosts. So instead of releasing an 83 Viviano, they're going to have to release an 86 or an 87 Viviano and just be like, hey guys, this is the super special winter one to watch upgrade promo. We hope you enjoy it. We've done something crazy here. We've boosted these guys up massively to a third in form. Let us know what you think, kind of thing. Because nobody cares about 83 Viviano, but all of a sudden with the amount of defenders that there are and icons and stuff, an 87 Viviano, people might be like, oh, let me look at this card. Let me see if this guy fits into my team in one way or another. Same with Pepe. Pepe's an alright card. He's a little low on pace. Obviously, he's Portuguese, so he's hard to link relatively. But being from Porto, he links well with Tellez. He links well with Eder Militao. Now, the 85 Pepe, nobody's interested in that 85 Pepe. Nobody wants that 85 Pepe. Nobody cares about that 85 Pepe. He's got 68 pace. He's got terrible dribbling. His defending is good. His physical's okay. However, if that was a 90 Pepe, now you've got to be interested. I can link him with Casillas, Eder Militao, and Alex Tellez. Now I've got some squad building opportunities. I don't have to go to the same old that everybody else is using. I'm interested in that, and it's going to be tough. So in terms of what do I think that they're going to do for the Lunar New Year promo, I hope that they just give us a Lunar New Year team. They did it in FIFA Mobile last year. FIFA Mobile last year, they said players for the special Lunar New Year event above 87 overall are Crimson players, or below 87 overall are Lucky players. So they basically had players essentially two sets of players. The best player that you could have got was a 92 rated Bernardo Silva. They also gave a 91 rated Lindelof, a 91 rated Motta, a 91 rated Tolisso, a 90 rated Kepa, a 90 rated João Cancelo, and a 90 rated Sanson, an 89 rated Romagnoli, an 89 rated Max Philipp, an 88 rated Andy Robertson, 88 Selke, and then they had lower versions of the players as well. So then it went to an 86 rated Bernardo Silva, an 85 Lindelof, and they basically just gave us a team of players on FIFA Mobile for that event. They also did Heartbreakers players for the for Valentine's Day, and there's 7 players that all do the heart celebration. Arturo Vidal, Gareth Bale, there was a few players there, and they just gave them special boosted cards for that. Now, I don't necessarily care if EA go down that route, because I think that that's what we need to enjoy the game at this current stage. But if EA don't give us anything for a promo this Friday, or if they give us something and it's just not quite up to the standards of the Future Stars promo, I honestly think that this game could get into a state where it just dies off until Team of the Season, or until the next big promo, be that for birthday or whatever it may be, whatever the next big promo is. I have a genuine concern that the gameplay just isn't strong enough. Even with this new patch, the gameplay just isn't strong enough for people to be like, hey, I want to keep playing and playing and playing, even when there's nothing on offer. because I think that's the problem. I think we've got into this pattern with FIFA where if there is nothing on offer, there's no reason to play, and that's sad. That's a sad state of affairs for the game. So the Lunar New Year, I hope, I am hopeful for having having a promo team attached to it, or that if they do something with the ones to watches, that they do just give them unnecessary boosts for no reason. Because ultimately they gave the Future Stars cards unnecessary boosts for no reason, just because they've got potential. Not all players live up to their potential. Some players exceed their potential. It was kind of a promo that was like let's sell packs promo. One to watch needs to be the same. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know. With that being said, I'm nearly at 30 minutes here, so I was going to... as I said, I have unlimited time here because we're just opening bronze packs. But I don't want this video to like bang on for too long. So the next comment is from Lucky Josh. He says, new patch gameplay is horrific. It's basically El Tornado 19. When people said fix finesse shots, we mean fix them, not remove them completely. This is the breaking point for me. I'm completely done with this game. And this was a top comment. Lots of thumbs up, hundreds of thumbs up. I actually think that they've got the finesse shots quite well balanced. After playing just the few games that I have played, I've scored some finesse shots. I've conceded some finesse shots. I think they are far more well balanced. What I think is unbalanced and leads me into the topic that I wanted to talk about mainly today that we didn't really get around to is AI defending. And the lack of having the finesse shot available exposes the fact that AI defending is extremely overpowered. And I Am French, who is a guy on Twitter, tweeted out a clip of him not defending. Literally, he has a clip on Twitter, and I quote tweeted it if you want to go and check it out. He said, during a free win session for St. Maximin, I tried to show that automatic defense is a problem. In this video, I do not touch a single button except the shoot button at certain times. Auto interception, auto pressing, auto tackling. Why are we playing? And it's basically him for 10 in-game minutes not touching his controller, and the guy just can't score. He tackles him plenty of times, he intercepts the ball plenty of times, and he just retrieves possession constantly. And that wouldn't happen necessarily if finesse shots were still in the game, because the guy wouldn't try and penetrate the box. He would just get to the top of the box and finesse it. Bang, goal, no problem. The problem now is that with the fact that you're going to have to try and work your chances harder, is that AI defending has become even more overpowered. It was already overpowered, like crossing. It was already overpowered, but people didn't really utilize crossing because finesse shots were just better. AI defending was already extremely overpowered. People didn't utilize AI defending as much because they had to, in many regards, manually defend, because otherwise they would have just conceded finesse shots. And so my question is, and my thoughts is, how do EA balance this? Because and I agree with a lot of people's arguments back and forth. On the one hand, they can't have the AI do nothing. They can't have the AI just stand still and watch the play pass them by, because every game will finish 20-20 and it will literally be a case of who can score the most goals. You might as well just be playing 1v1. But on the other hand, you can't have the AI do everything, because then there's no skill in manual defending. It doesn't benefit you. In fact, it probably hinders you and hurts you to manually defend. And B, it gives an unrealistic value of skill. So somebody who is a Silver 1 player would be able to beat somebody who is an Elite 3 player if they were just lucky enough to the point where they could score their 1, 2, or 3 chances, and their opponent couldn't because they just let the AI defend for them. So that, how do EA get around this? How do EA fix this? I actually don't know the answer. This is where stats should be more important and more relevant. If you have a player with really high interceptions and really high marking stats, they should track better. They should intercept the ball better. If you have a player with lower interception and marking stats, they shouldn't. However, because of how strong chem styles are, and because of how many big players we've got this year already, and the fact that everybody has a super team at this stage in the game, generally speaking, I know some of you don't, it makes it so the fact that everyone's like capped out at 99s. And so it is a conundrum. And what it does now is it makes the game very slow-paced, very methodical, very boring in many regards. And again, when you compare FIFA to COD or FIFA to Fortnite, and you think to yourself, in COD, when I get into a game, even if it's a sweaty game and you're playing against a try-hard team that are spawn trapping and stuff, When you lose, when you die, when that game finishes, you just want to jump straight back into another one. Maybe you try a different game mode. Maybe you try getting in with some friends, or instead of playing on 6v6, you go into ground war or something along those lines. And in Fortnite, when you die, you just want to get back in. You want to avenge yourself. You want to be like, damn it, man, I finished 7th. I want to get top 3 position today. I want to get a win today. I want to get 5 wins today, however good you are. In FIFA, when you lose, you think, well, I don't want to play this crap anymore. I'm going to play something else. And that is a problem for me. For me, I'm a content creator. That's a huge problem for me because my job relies on this game, you know. And unfortunately, EA have been on the nose with content in general this year. There have been a few bad promos out there, a few stinkers, the Scream promo specifically. But EA in general have absolutely nailed content this year. And again, I would do a lot of the content that they've done differently still. But even though I would do the things that they've done differently still, I still would give them massive credit for the things that they've done. I think they have done a great job. And that largely has kept my channels and my stream alive and kicking. Because without that from EA, if this game was like it was in FIFA 16 or FIFA 15, where it was just gameplay really, we content creators would struggle right now. They're like, views on Twitch would be a tenth of what they are. Views on YouTube would be a tenth of what they are. Like, it would be a stress. So for me, it's very important that EA get gameplay right, because for 2 reasons. Number one, this is my job and this is how I make my living. But number 2, I love this game and I want to play this game like I want to play other games. I want to sit there on FIFA and just play for 6 hours and stream and stream and stream and play and play and play and be like, guys, I just got to go to bed. I'm falling asleep here. I love playing tonight, but let's go and carry on. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back and we'll carry on playing. But you just don't get that feeling with FIFA. The next comment, I've got 2 more comments to get through. First one is from Adam Carty. He says, you don't need spectator mode to react to other people's games. Just ask people to send their video clips of their games for you to analyze. So this is obviously talking about yesterday when I was asking for like spectator mode and stuff. And again, one of those fantasy things. The problem with that is, Adam, that first of all, people don't have the capabilities to record a full game. Second of all, people don't have great enough internet to upload it in a reasonable amount of time. And third and foremost, that doesn't actually help me all that much, because just watching a game doesn't really help me analyze and break down things. But a spectator mode would allow me to do things like you can do in the again, the Fortnite mode, where you can go back and watch in replay mode. You can go back and watch things. You can see other players' perspectives. You can see a wealth of knowledge and information. That's what I need on FIFA ultimately. And then the last comment to end off the video is not even a comment I really want to react to or respond to. It's more of a food for thought kind of comment. It's from Ryan Keeley. Ooh, hello, you expensive? No, I'll hold on to him for the time being. Oh, wow, Man United player and a Liverpool player in the same pack. Happy days. Yeah, so the last comment is from Ryan Keeley. He says, hey, Nep, love the videos. I've been watching since FIFA 13. And to see your YouTube channel and content grow so much, I love. I'm struggling to move up in Rivals since I get so tired after 2 or 3 games this year, since I feel like gameplay is so broken and the competitive of the game is ridiculous this year. I'm a Gold 1 player who's stuck in Division 5 because I just feel burnt out by the gameplay. I love football, but I don't know how much longer I can stick to this game. Please help. Any suggestions would be appreciated. And that, I think, echoes the sentiments of at least my community and me and the people that I engage with. I think people are just so exhausted of having to play competitively in every game, in every aspect of this game, that they would actually rather sit in the menus than play the game itself because of how frustrating it is. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and feedback on this discussion video today. Once again, just to end off, I know I get super negative about things, and I know sometimes I address the negatives too much, but I think this is an important time to talk about this. It's important for me to get an understanding of where you guys are and what you guys love to see and stuff. And I think for me, one of the reasons why I love Foot Draft so much is because, even though, again, Foot Draft for me actually is exactly like Fortnite. I build my team, I play my games, and I get my reward. And when I lose in Foot Draft, if I win the draft, I feel great. And if I lose in the semi-final or the second round, my thought is, let me go and build another draft and try again and see if I can get a better reward. You know, that's how I feel in Foot Draft. And that's what I think FIFA misses. And if Foot Draft had the ability to track more stats or give us the ability to use our own players, That would be ideal. That would be exactly what I wanted. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really excited to see the comments in today's video and see the discussion points that we're going to have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.